I want to start by thanking you for coming down here to answer a few questions. Like I said at the complex, we're just trying to understand this entire situation since it seems like you were there when it started. If you don't talk to us, then we can't find him.
If I had known it was going to come to all of this, I wouldn't have...
You wouldn't have what?
Nothing. I tried to offer her help. But there is only so much I can legally do.
Help with what? Where is he?
She knew that he was no good for her. I knew. Everybody knew. Even that damn manager tried to help.
Help with what?
He was not supposed to be there. He was not supposed to have access.
Then how did he get in?
It wasn't us. It must have been...
It must have been who? Lucky, where is he?
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say, that I'm responsible? That this is my fault? We can only do so much. It wasn't our job to keep him safe. It was just to follow the law.
Let us help you. We don't have time for this. Where is he, Lucky? Where is your son?
Miss Lucky, I'm gonna get right to the point. Does your boyfriend live here?
You don't understand.
I also feel I have to say this, Miss Lucky. I see you almost every day, and I wave and say hello. I've helped you move furniture. I even helped you apply for Section 8.
Again, that wasn't me.
Yes, it wasn't you. Regardless, we are friendly. But I feel like I must say this. We are not friends. This is my job. There is no landlord-tenant confidentiality. I will report and act on what you say here. So please choose your words wisely. If you had proof, you wouldn't be asking me that. Okay, good. Well, Miss Wilson has made some very serious allegations. I don't know what you've heard. We discussed this when you signed your lease. No adult can live here without a background check. But I have made all of the payments. This isn't about money, ma'am. I don't do a background check to verify your source of income. I can just go to your job and ask that. I do it for your identity.
I don't understand.
Respectfully, ma'am, the time for understanding has passed. If you were confused, you should have asked before you signed the legally binding document saying that you understood. But identity verification is to make sure we know who is walking around these halls unescorted. It is to make sure that the tenants we choose do not have a criminal history specifically targeting this community, a little weed, whatever. But assault? Pedophilia, hate crimes, ma'am, those are completely different. But he's not like that. Who's not like that?
My boyfriend.
Ma'am, according to the Code of Virginia, Title 55.1, Subtitle 3, Chapter 12, Article 5, Subsection 55.1-1245, I believe you to be in breach of your rental agreement. This is a 30-day notice to comply. If you don't, we will start eviction proceedings.
That is not fair.
And at this time, out of respect, we are not banning him from the property.
You couldn't do that.
According to subsection 55.1-1246, I most certainly can.
You can't just ban people from coming here.
No, I can't ban tenants from coming here. I told you when you signed that not putting him on the lease means he has no rights. He is not a tenant. We don't owe him anything, and your consistent refusal to do so makes me believe you know why he wouldn't be approved. Okay. Well, what if I add him now? Unfortunately, I can't do that. I cannot set the precedent that anyone can do whatever they want and I'll just adjust later. That's not how it works here. Then he'll leave and reapply. Honestly, I don't know. Between the complaints and the lies, I don't know what my boss will approve. He needs a— Miss Lucky, at this point, take the notice and go. You are in the wrong here, but you can rectify this within the next 30 days in order to stay. But if you keep talking and say something that will require me to get the police, I will. I cannot stress this enough. I work for the company. I am their employee first. Miss Wilson, not today, please. Miss Wilson, not today, please.
Oh, is this a place of business?
Yes?
And is this business in operation?
You know it is.
And what time is it?
Oh, it's 1:53 p.m.
So is it during the scheduled and posted business hours that this business does its operations?
Ma'am? Whoop. Then I guess today is the day, after all. How can I help you? I might have spoken too soon. Aren't you going to ask me what I'm talking about? It's been a long day, and I don't have the mental capacity for this, Miss Wilson. I can't do this back and forth. I asked you politely when you barged in here to give me more time, but you refused. So if this can't wait, please, get on with it. I shouldn't have filed that complaint yesterday. About Miss Lucky's boyfriend? Yes. I'd like to retract what I said. I was angry and lashing out, and I haven't actually seen anything out of the ordinary. So I'd like to retract my formal complaint. Oh, okay. If you just write that out and sign it, I'll make sure it's added to the file. So that's it. That's it. It's done. It's done. And Lucky won't be evicted. What? No. This retraction has nothing to do with how we'll proceed with that matter. I will not discuss another tenant's personal information with you. She is in a rough spot. Can't you just look the other way this one time? You wanted your statement retracted, and once you sign that paper, it will be, and will be referenced as such. I'm just trying to help out a friend. She's pregnant and her family won't speak to her as it is. I will not discuss this with you. This will devastate her and her child. Anything else? What? Is that how you greet the owner?
Is that how you greet the owner?
Oh, Miss Ava, you're early. We weren't expecting you for another couple of hours.
My flight landed sooner than expected, and I figured I could just lounge in the office until you were ready, unless you're able to meet earlier.
Yes, maybe. Let me tell the rest of the staff you're here and see if we can push up the all-hands meeting.
No, that's fine. No need to reschedule. Just keep it the way it is. I'm actually hoping to spend a little more time on the tour anyway. It's been over a year since I've been out here, and I'm very curious about how you've been treating my investment.
Okay, ma'am. Well, let's start here in the central office space.
I see.
This is where we have moved all of the staff, supplies, and equipment. We kind of used to be all over the grounds, which made it very difficult to have consistent conversations about your property's management.
I remember paying for this renovation, but you said it was going to save me money. I don't think I realized you already had office space.
Ma'am?
So why not just stay in the locations you had? Why did I spend an extra $25,000 on this?
So, in your monthly owner's report, you will have seen that it wasn't the creation of these office spaces that in and of themselves saved you money. Before this renovation, you were spending thousands of dollars in storage for all of the equipment and supplies we have now moved here. That storage cost has been eliminated.
I see.
And those extra rooms we were using as offices have now been converted into storage units that we rent to 4 tenants in the building. And the entire staff is more aligned now that we're meeting more consistently.
I understand.
Okay, let's continue the tour. These are the exterior grounds. Q has done a wonderful job with the landscaping. Beautiful and cost-effective. And this is the central laundry.
Oh,
We saw a really good opportunity here for you to make some profit without raising your tenants' rents.
I spent $75,000 on this?
You did indeed. And look at her. Ain't she a beaut?
I mean,
These might not look impressive, but they sure can take a hell of a beating. Because we went more durable, this operation does not have to be manned during business hours. Q just opens the door when he gets here and I close it up when I leave.
so during the day, no one is watching my $75,000.
Nope. Just printing money, if I do say so myself.
What's the profit?
It's on your owner's report. Come along now. Finally, this is one of the apartments. This one rents for $500 a month.
Is that a laminate countertop?
Consistent, right? Every single unit looks exactly the same. Take that, granite.
Carpet on the floors?
You mean noise cancellation for no additional cost? Wow.
And wooden blinds?
No curtain holes, no sheets in the windows, and no one's gonna take them when they leave. I mean, how good can it get?
This is not what I pictured when we talked about redoing these units. Was I notified?
You know you were.
In the owner's report. Got it.
Let's get back.
Walking through the laundry.
Ooh, watch your step. I think everyone's able to meet with you now. Let's start here in the central office space.
I remember paying for this renovation, but you said it was going to save me money.
These are the exterior grounds. And this is the central laundry.
I spent $75,000 on this?
Finally, this is one of the apartments.
Is that a laminate countertop? Carpet on the floors? And wooden blinds? This is not what I pictured when we talked about redoing these units. Was I notified?
I think everyone's able to meet you now. As you know, I am your property manager. My job is mostly administrative, but I'm your front line for everything people-facing.
People, and not just tenants.
Yes, I interact mostly with tenants, with my most routine jobs being collecting rent, processing work orders, and leasing apartments. But I also work with people like you, the owner. We don't talk all the time because there hasn't really been a need to. but I'm in charge of making sure you know everything that's going on here, processing your payroll, and making suggestions for improvements to the property.
So if you're focused on that, who's focused on the building?
That would be Q. My job is management, his job is maintenance.
Nice to meet you, Q. What is a typical day like for you, Q? I don't think you heard me. What
a great breakdown, Q. And this is Gabby.
Hello. Gabby, was it?
Gabby is our substitute.
Substitute.
Think of like a babysitter for when you go out of town. When Q and I are off, Gabby steps in.
Yes, that's where I step in. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Yes, that's where I step in. Gabby, I apologize. It's just that
Gabby's accent is a little thick. I can barely understand those Texans myself.
that's not what I'm trying to...
Q and I both take the last week off of every quarter. It's easier if we align our vacations instead of expecting the other person to cover for large chunks of time.
Wait, what?
That's when we call in Gabby. All the tenants know when we're out, she's the person to call. Now, she doesn't process the work orders directly, but she does have emergency contacts if something big shows up.
I do the same thing for a few other buildings in the area. That way no one has to keep a full substitute on staff.
What?
Please, Miss Ava. I know it can be a little difficult to understand Texans, but do try. She's practically screaming it at you.
So 4 weeks out of the year, the two of you aren't here.
4? No, it's 5. We take the last 2 off in December for the holidays.
Then what am I paying you for?
That's a good one, Miss Ava. You almost had me believe you didn't think we were human beings deserving of time off and that we hadn't done you a favor by getting you a sub instead of just closing the doors. So good!
Yeah. That's it. Look, I need a few hours to look over everything you've given me today. I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot. I need to think these things over. Can we meet up tomorrow to discuss this further?
I'll have to check in with the team and see.
No, not the entire team. Just you. You can relay the information to them later.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Thank you for meeting me again.
My pleasure.
I learned a lot yesterday. I saw parts of the community I had never seen before and learned there are more people on staff than initially anticipated.
There's only 2.
You also opened my eyes up to the fact that I haven't been analyzing my own reports as well as I should have. So, last night, I went through the last 12 months to catch up.
I'm glad.
And what I saw surprised me.
What exactly surprised you?
You've taken liberties in almost every aspect of this job. You haven't been contacted me when there are tenant complaints or evictions. You just make decisions and bill me later for it.
But that's my job.
Q isn't following standard guidelines either. I mean, he's doing routine work far more often than necessary, which might be extending the lifespan of things, but it most definitely is increasing his work hours.
Would you prefer the opposite?
You even hired another staff member without consulting me first. There is a third person who has access to everything here, and I've never been notified.
You signed the contract, ma'am.
And I'm explaining all of this to say, wonderful job.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing here.
I haven't had to think about this place in ages. Or I have, because I think about the money you keep sending me.
You're welcome.
In 3 years, you've taken this dump
Hate that.
and turned it into a gold mine.
Hate that even more.
But I do want to apologize.
I am sorry I have been so absent. I want to help. I want to know more about what you're doing. Why? What? If you like what we're doing, why do you now want to get involved? Honestly, it's the only way I prefer. You're too good for this place. Excuse me? You've done something wonderful here. I wouldn't be surprised if a bigger company tried to snatch you guys. And I wouldn't stop you from going. If you leave, I have no idea where to start. Huh. I hadn't thought about that. So if you can, I'd like to set up a weekly call for check-ins. Absolutely not. What? That's way too often because I have a job to do. But looking at my calendar, I think I could fit in a quarterly meeting. Bi-weekly. By quarterly? Monthly. Monthly. Anything I should prepare? We have a possible eviction in 30 days. A tenant moved in her boyfriend without a background check, and she might not ask him to leave. Okay, so I'll look up eviction laws to see if I can keep up. Perfect. Perfect. Again, thank you for all of this. I'm really seeing how lost I'd be without you and your little team. I cannot thank you enough. You're welcome, ma'am. Enjoy your trip home, and I'll see you in about a month.